that we are here and you can be too. Can't even remember what platforms I picked for this, but wow, we're in. It's happening. Welcome in, everybody. Yay. Okay, cool. So we are now, and the main reason we do this is we go live on YouTube just so it's easy for us to like upload it to school is why I do it. However, some people don't know that we get together and learn together and ask questions together. So I also do like to just go live. This is only for the I Love AI community, but it gives you a chance to be seen by everybody. Give you a chance for people to see that there's a hugely diverse group of people learning AI together. It's a safe place. We're pretty nice people. And so thank you all for joining. This is our Friday call, moved to Monday. So it's a great way to start the week, I hope. And I was just giving a quick recap of what I've been doing over the past few days. And now I'm here in San Francisco, kicking off Dreamforce. And then tonight I will be leaving for Sydney, Australia. And then tomorrow, or I should say, as soon as I land, 2 hours after I land, I will be speaking on stage doing my keynote presentation at South by Southwest Sydney. And then on Thursday, I'm doing a keynote for Visa and their clients. And then on Saturday, I'm hosting the hackathon, which is my favorite part, right? Of course, y'all know I'm a builder. So I'll be one of the judges in the hackathon and be able to inspire some people to build something awesome. And then I come back and start a cool gig at a pharma company on Monday next week. So I'll tell you all about that later. But in the midst of all of that, we are launching a brand new version of the AI Leadership Institute. And I couldn't be happier. I'm very excited. I'm going to try not to steal my own thunder and tell you anything about it so that you join. If you're in the AI leadership right now, and I will tell you this, that we have an incredible offer coming up, but if there it's up to you, but it is possible. There are a few of you wanted to join the AI Leadership Institute today. I went ahead and gave you the opportunity to do that. It's still possible, but we have a really cool offer coming up tomorrow. So I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. I saw you were all very nice in the school community chatting it up. Okay, so let's get down to business now that I've given everyone a chance to say hi on the socials. Welcome in. Hope you are enjoying your day. Um, One of the most important things that I've been doing recently is really trying to figure out my personal productivity. So I shared a tool with the AI Leadership Institute people that I want to share with you all as well. And it's called HUXE or Hux or Huxe. I don't know. But it's built by one of the founders of Google Notebook LM. How many of you are familiar with Notebook LM? You know, yeah, good, great mention. So some of you probably know it, love it, but you have to train it, right? You have to give it content, give it context, add the PDFs you want it to synthesize. So Hux, I think, I'll find out later when I go watch a YouTube video and find out that I've been pronouncing it wrong this whole time, but it's brand new. But it integrates to your calendar and your email inbox, and it provides you active daily briefing that is customized to your day and what you are doing, what you're talking about. And then it also allows you to customize data feeds on content that you care about. So for me, of course, it's a lot of prompt engineering, responsible AI. I have, I don't know how many of you know this, but I've bucketed some of you have said to me personally that you struggle with overwhelm when it comes to content and like tools and all of this. And so I created a framework for myself. I don't give it to, I mean, I'm going to share it with you, but I created it for myself to help manage the signal to noise ratio problem that I have. And one lens upon which I look through is academia. So I have certain academic relationships with like Stanford and MIT where I want to know what they're doing and what they're researching so that I could use that in my day to day. The second lens I look through is legislation and policy. So I want to know like what legislation and policies on the floor. I don't know if you know this, there are 160 AI bills on the floor right now. There are over 1,000 AI bills in state and state legislatures. So there's a lot of legislation that I don't even know that we know about. I certainly don't have time to like go figure out where that is. However, AI is good at this. So that's the second. So first is academia, then policy and legislation. And then the third is product. I want to know the latest and greatest in the biggest product teams in the world. So this is like NVIDIA and Microsoft, Amazon, Google, companies, Salesforce. Like I want to know what they're building next. I want to know what they're launching, how they're thinking. If their CTO did a talk somewhere, I want to know Was it recorded? Is it on YouTube? All that stuff. And then I want it synthesized so I can consume it very quickly. So that is basically what this platform has given me the ability to do is create. I crafted these like buckets, and then I can just in the morning, I turn it on, and it'll just say, "Good morning, Noelle. Here's your briefing." And it will go through my calendar and read to me the context of my calendar and contextualize it based on news that's happening. So it'll be like, "You're going to be talking, this is happening on your calendar. I don't know if you know, but this legislation is going up, blah, 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 blah. Or yesterday, this happened." And it'll correlate all of this, something I've never been able to do before. It's like just magic to me. But then also it creates a bunch of playlists based on those topics. So if I'm just like, doing my makeup or whatever, I can press a button, and I do wear makeup sometimes, never for you all. I think I have a couple times when I'm about to get on stage or something. I have looked at those old videos. I'm like, oh, I look pretty. That was nice. But not today. I'm sweatshirting it today. But when I'm up, getting ready for the day on this app, I can just press that button of my legislation policy content that I'm interested in, and then Notebook LM style, podcast style, it just starts to have a conversation about the latest legislation that's come out. Super easy, super fun to engage with. So, oh my gosh, this is the dream sky of Alexa Plus. So I got swindled. So that's my tool of the day. Go get it, try it out. If you it might, I mean, you might not need something like that if your signal to noise ratio is small. Like if you don't have a bunch of stuff that you need to get updated on, then you probably don't need it. But my email inbox is a disaster. My calendar is double booked. So having this allows me, and it'll tell me you are three-way booked at this time. It can't reschedule me yet. I imagine that's going to be a future feature. But it tells me that. And it's like, you might want to think about, I don't know, telling people you're not going to come because you're not going to go to all three. And it's right. Yeah, quadruple booked. Exactly. Those, if my calendar it's a mess. This is the boundary setting. Did we do that in this call? No, I think it was in our other call with Kadmini. But man, setting boundaries is so important. I just did this today. Like someone reached out to me and asked me to do something that's I would love to do, but is not in alignment with who I am or what I do. And I just want to help them. They're a nonprofit, but I just can't. I've got no time. And so I had to say, as hard as, and my husband was like, it's okay. They won't hate you. You can say no. He's like encouraging me on. And I got on the phone and I couldn't even call. I just texted. But I was like, I'm sorry. I want to help you, but I really can't. So just know, like, it's a struggle, but I had to do it, and I was so relieved when I did. The funny thing was is that that person reached back out and was like, "So, what if we just reduce the amount of effort?" And I was like, "This is what they do. Like, they just decrease it. They're like, it's only an hour a month. I could do an hour a month. It's never an hour a month." So I just said, "No, I appreciate it, thank you, but I really can't." So setting those boundaries is really important. But this tool has now at least given me the ability to feel like knowledge, like that I've gained enough knowledge in each area. And my favorite feature that's coming soon is that it will contextualize the meeting overview which is what so my other tool that I use, which I'm not in my room, but you all saw the AI pendant. So I have a little AI pendant. It's literally called the AI pendant from Limitless.ai. And Limitless.ai, they're like six. I had it on my lapel the entire Aspire tour, and it records every conversation. Oh yeah, I shared that with you all a couple weeks ago. But Limitless, it goes through, and it of course transcribes all my meetings, but it also connects to my calendar. So before every meeting, I can go in and there's a button that says meeting prep. And what it does is it goes into my inbox and it looks at all the previous emails that I've had with the members of that meeting, and it synthesizes it into a preparation document. And that is also huge for my personal productivity. So I share this with you because I use AI every single day to do everything that I do. I'm a one person show with a bunch of friends that help me do what I do, but I don't have employees. I don't plan on getting employees. The only employees I will hire are AI employees. But the people, but I have humans that I work with. I just want to work with them so that they build their own company and create their own wealth. So thank you, Sherilyn, for dropping that. Yeah, that's Limitless.ai. And I'm a design partner for all of these things. So I just keep feeding them my desired features, and they keep showing up. So I'm loving it so far. Um, All right, so those are two tools, I guess. Two tools for the price of one. So hopefully, oh, that's cool. Something just happened inside of my Zoom. Anyway, so if you are watching this or listening, and sometimes people who are in the I Love AI community, they actually just watch on YouTube. But if you are a new part of our community or you're not part of our community yet, don't forget you can always join. You can just go to my first name, noelle.ai, and you can get access to our Zoom call, and then you can ask questions just like Tara's going to ask us right now. Good segue, huh? So, Tara, what was your question?
So I am working on my business I'm starting, which is a website with a bot, some marketing collateral, what have you. I put into made a project, and in that project, I put like my DISC scores, my Clifton Find strengths or Clifton Strengths
Mhm.
Find scores,
Yeah.
transcripts from both grad schools, like resume that includes everything I've ever done, blah, 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 a bunch of stuff. And I said, hey, help me, and I asked it first, I'm like, can you look at this information and kind of pull out, like looking at the big picture, what makes me a great choice for this business? And basically, it just gave me back, bleh. I gave it also my LinkedIn profile. It was like, oh, you got a couple master's degrees, you're very outward oriented, blah, blah, blah. You're and I was like, no, I wanted you to think about it, kind of, and I asked for some visuals. It gave me nothing of value.
Yeah.
So is
Yeah.
there a better program? I was using ChatGPT 5, a better way to go about this. I just am like, I know what I want. I don't know how to do it, but I know how to
Yes.
communicate what I want. I thought.
So there are three different ways to think about this. One is model selection, as you mentioned. Like, am I even using the right model? Um, ChatGPT 5 is good. I would also, though, consider using Claude or Gemini. Both are also very good. And the reason why I say Claude or Gemini is that both of those tools are heavily used by entrepreneurs. And so they tend to be geared towards a more entrepreneurial um, response. And so that means that just like the information that you're grounded in is going to be a little bit more aligned with how entrepreneurs think. But even if so that's one. You could choose to you could test out the prompt in it. I'm gonna actually go see if I can find the prompt I used to create my $10 million business plan, which I absolutely loved. Let's see here. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I think I have to search for it because I don't know if I can find it. Oh, wait, start any questions. Sorry. Thank you. All right, so let's see here. Oh my, see, this is bad. I'm like, squirrel, I want to tell you about all the things that I did, but I'm not. I'm not all my projects in here. Da, 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 da. There we go. Okay, I think it's in here. Let me see. Hold on, I'm just gonna scroll
Oh,
through
you're
really quick
fine.
to see
You're
if
fine.
I can find it. But so the first thing is the model, and you can use models that are pre-trained on a more tangential or adjacent data set, like on Google, for example. The vast majority of their users are entrepreneurs, small business, like business owners. So that will benefit you. The other thing, though, is actually the prompt itself. And so using words like, well, first aligning it to similar people that think this way. So whenever I am talking to a model, I will often give it an example, or actually more than one example, of someone who thinks the way I want to think, someone who started businesses. So I think about people like, and if you know people like this, just throw the names in the chat for Tara's benefit. But like Alex Hermosi, Russell Brunson, Tony Robbins, like these people who have created companies or have created courses that teach people how to create companies, right? Because you want to like tap into that knowledge set that they use to do like niche identification and what you I see what you're trying to do because you want to start with you and then define a business, but you are going to have to give it some
Well,
direction.
I've already got the business defined, and it made me a great website, what have you.
So
But so at this point, I was just trying to do like an interesting page about me. So the business is very defined. I was
yeah,
trying to make me more twofold, more for my individual business that I hope happens, but I'm also trying to find a gig. So
Do
it's
you have a
kind of got two
prompt that you
purposes.
used? Can you share that? Can you read it?
Yeah, it's really bad. So I'm embarrassed to do it. But we learn but from our
That's
mistakes.
right. And everyone here is going to be like, thank you for doing that.
Well, it knows me.
Um,
I fed it a whole bunch of stuff that it already knows about me. So that's what I thought. It would we went back and forth quite a bit. Hold on. Employee profile.
all right. I remember
It
that.
lost it lost it's gone. I don't know where it went. It
Oh,
was
that's okay. Um,
sorry.
so no, that's okay. I just figured we could like edit in real time. But regardless, we can probably start from scratch. So I actually have, I'm going to see if I can pull it up. I have a really good prompt. And it's more about like, how often do you use these models, Sarah?
I'm
Do
sorry,
you,
what? I was
how
reading, I was trying to
often,
find
that's
it.
okay. How often do you use these models? Do you talk to it every day?
I talked to it probably 4 or 5 times a week. Chat GPT. I'm also using I've got a subscription to Google's Workspace. So I'm in LM Notebook LM.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm a little dyslexic with that. I also have used Manus, and then I also have a paid Claude. So I try and use them all. Like I, I'm just trying to make sure I understand which is best for me because my background is also writing, and so
Yeah.
obviously Claude is my go-to for that. But just ideation, help me think through this. I tend to go Chat GPT, and then my business is creating online mini courses. So that's what I use Notebook LM for.
Yeah. And so the first thing, and this might be controversial. So I'm 100%. That's why we have this community. Other people can chime in on their perspective. But based on the way that LLMs work, is that and all AI models for that matter, they start kind of bad at what they're trying to do and they get better over time as we train them and reinforce what good looks like. And so it's important that even if you are testing a bunch of different models, that you do ultimately pick one that you use all the time. So it gains the benefit of learning who you are. So I use Claude a lot, but I always use ChatGPT. I've been using that since I went back and looked, and I think my account was created in 2020.
Oh,
So
wow.
I've been using it for years now. But the benefit of that is that it knows who I am and it knows how I talk. And if it doesn't, I have the ability to go in and kind of correct those memories. And I actually have I'm trying to find it right now. I have a prompt that I used that I would ask it like, what do you think I care about? How do you like what of all the things you know about me, how would you describe me to someone? Just so that I could see how the model is interpreting me. But I do think it's important to find one model instead of sprinkling your prompts all over. Pick one model or at least one memory set. And now again, this will change as we get products that allow us to store our memories decoupled from the models themselves. Unless anyone knows any different. I know there are products that do this, but no one who's like hit mass adoption. So I would instead be providing that context as part. And the more you use one single like vendor, like OpenAI or ChatGPT or Claude or wherever you decide to put your eggs, there is value there. Now, it doesn't mean that the other models won't work for you. It just means that you want to get to a point where a model has lots and lots of data about you. And you just fed it, it sounds like a lot, but really very little, right? You gave it like your transcripts and like you wanted to have hundreds of hours of content. And that will come because, like me, it's kind of cool. I wish I could track how much time I spend in these tools. But like I ask generative AI, in this case, ChatGPT, of course, is the one I've got the most history with. Ask it questions like all day long. And it's not really asking. I might even just tell it something and ask what it thinks about it. Maybe I could share with you some of my recent prompts from today. Um,
I have
this
a
says, yeah, go ahead, chime in, please, Joe.
yeah, I had
I
a
think,
suggestion. I had a
yeah.
suggestion for Sherry. So tell the model, first of all, with GPT-5, you have a selection between their quick model and their advanced thinking model. The advanced thinking model takes a little bit more time, but it gives you better answers over depending on what it is. So that's number one. Number two, tell the model what your objective is, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish. Don't depend on the data that it's consumed so far.
5 P's of prompt engineering.
And then tell the prompt, ask me questions that will help me craft an accurate prompt to achieve my objective. So in other words, you're asking it to craft the prompt for it to achieve your objective. So that sounds crazy, right?
Meta
But
prompting.
No, I'm
Yeah.
100%. I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Joe. I appreciate it.
yeah, that'll
And there
help.
are actually, oh, go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, that'll help. So if there are any blanks in its knowledge about you, then those questions that it asks you will help it fill in the blanks so it can achieve your objective.
Okay. Cool.
And there are actually 4 different models that you can choose from, I think, on ChatGPT 5. And I would honestly play around with each one. And this is in the chat version. So this means like as a web application. But of course, y'all know I'm a big believer also in platform OpenAI. So if you're on the platform side, you even get more of these options to choose from. But like when you're trying to do, like I totally have been in the same exact situation where I'm asking it to help me provide a description of myself, and the description it provides is pretty lackluster. And I'm like, well, I mean, I could write that. Like, you did not help me in any way. So that's where I think you want to align with people who, it's called copywriting, right? Like what you're asking it to do is copyright a landing page or a website or a little section, an about page for you. So and that goes to what Joe, you were mentioning, right? Is that when you're asking what you want it to do, be super clear in the job you're asking it to do, which is, I want you to build a highly engaging, conversion driving about section that describes me in a way that will cause people to work with me or something like that, right? Like very, very specific in the outcome that you're looking to achieve.
Perfect. Thanks, you guys.
Yeah, of course, of course. Okay, let me go back. Cool. Oh, Nitin threw in. Oh,
I
cool.
I
Awesome.
copied it.
Okay. Awesome. Great, 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 great. Oh yeah, cool. Awesome, Nitin. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cool. So yeah, Nitin shared some of those types of prompts. I couldn't find it, but I have when I was doing the AI mastery at Mind Valley, we had this, it was a very long prompt that would help the model either understand me more or take what it does know about me and create some really interesting insights. So when I find that, I'll throw it in. I might have put it in the school community, but I'll throw it in the school community for you all to
Noelle,
see.
I
Mhm.
sent you a direct message. Check to see if that one is it.
Oh, good. Yes, that's it. Yay! Awesome. So if you want, you could just copy that over for everybody. Yeah, 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 yeah. This is good. Y'all are gonna like this. Go ahead, Gabriella.
Hi. For Tara, you have to come to a decision that you cannot, like according to Mind Valley as well, you cannot be everything to everybody. So you have to be very selective of what your message is targeted to, what niche of audience you want to sell your bio to. And maybe that will be helpful because you cannot be a chameleon. You have to be passionate of what that message will have to be. So
Thank
focus.
you. Thank you.
You're so right. This is a big challenge for me, right? Because I'm like, what? I want to teach AI to everybody. But when you are not clear, people don't see themselves in what you're offering. And if they don't see themselves in what you're offering, they won't buy it, right? Because they're not like, well, that's not for me. So that's, creating what's in it for them, here's that very specific messaging. 100% could not agree more. Thank you, Gabriella. Great, great point. Great point. I'm just going to go in here and check. Oh, good. Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. So this is the prompt challenge. Yeah, it's really cool. Thank you for putting that in there. Maybe we'll do a prompt challenge in the community. And if y'all want to share some of you don't have to share the whole thing, but maybe you can share a little snippet, Sky. Maybe we could put that in the community as a post. And then please respond. We'll put it in as a challenge. Please respond with some insight you got that was either funny, completely wrong, or maybe even right on track. Mine was, of course, I have a lot of content out there, so there's a lot that it knows about me. So mine was right on. It was very cool. I really did enjoy this process, but I think that'll help you as well. All right, awesome.
Appreciate it.
Cool. Yep, you're welcome. Any other questions? Otherwise, I'm going to give you my AI roundup, which you all now can do in the app I just shared with you. I'm just kidding. It does take a little work. As I mentioned, AI always starts bad and gets better over time the more you use it, specifically a specific model. I don't know any models that are perfect at solving a problem in a zero prompt way, other than maybe image models, but even then. Because typically, when you're asking a model that you didn't build from scratch, that you didn't actually curate the training data for, when you're talking to that model, there's going to be a disconnect between what you want and what it was trained to do. And so it takes usually a few iterations. We call them, one shot, two shot, right? Few shot learning. How many shots do you have to take at asking the question to get a good answer? There was a time where zero shot learning was the goal, right? Could I just ask you once and you would give me a good answer? And these big LLMs like ChatGPT, like that is one of their metrics. And you can see those metrics documented in Helm, the holistic evaluation of language models from Stanford. You can see that they measure how well they do at zero shot learning or zero shot requests. But the challenge with that, of course, is that those questions tend to be extremely vague, right? Like, tell me how to, I don't know, tie my shoes, right? Something that is pretty, like it's correlated to some pretty well-known truth, and there's not a lot of ambiguity in the answer. But that is not, in my experience, that is not always a great goal. Is how few times do I need to talk to an AI system in order to get a good answer? That's a model. If I'm an engineer, an ML engineer, and I'm building a model from scratch, it's a good goal for me because I'm creating better usability for the people who will use my model. But it's not a great goal for us as humans. Like, if we, as users of someone else's model, we should want to have as many interactions as possible to get the right answer. Many organizations call this literally human in the loop. Like, keep the human in the loop as long as it takes until we get the right answer, and then sustain that human in the loop to ensure that that answer never drifts. So one of the things I wanted to share with you all today was around this concept of model drift. I was at a conference and people were on stage talking about AI, and I realized I left that session not really confident that they knew what they were talking about, and the whole room had no idea that they didn't know what they were talking about. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just start talking about just basic stuff I learned 10 years ago in the early days of Amazon Alexa. And because, like I know it now, and this is going to happen. I think it's already happening to many of you. Once you learn it, you kind of think everybody knows it, especially when you're in a room like this where everyone kind of does know things. But the reality is that almost no one knows what we're talking about in these calls. So one of the things, and I think it's a really great opportunity for many of us, is that as soon as the company, I don't know if you saw the recent study, right? There was a Forbes article, I think maybe Sherilyn or Sky, I don't know if you have it, but there's a Forbes article that we talked about last week. They came out not too long ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, I can't remember. But it said, it basically confirmed that 95% of projects never see a positive outcome in production. Like, they never get to production. 95%, that's a pretty darn high number. However, 5% of those projects do make it. And there is a method to the madness in those projects. So Microsoft did a study. They had 800, and somebody else just did a similar study. Was it McKinsey? Can't remember. But it was IBM. So IBM, similar study, different people, different executives, but each one of them got about 800 to 1,000 executives to talk about their experience with AI so far in the last 3 years. And the consistencies were, number one, they were not getting to production. Very few people, very few organizations were actually seeing use cases reach production scale. The reasons, though, and I've added this now to my keynote because it's so compelling, when you go and look at the top 5 reasons that those applications, those prototypes are not getting to production, the top 5 reasons are not actually technical. It's not model selection, model evaluation. It's not tokenization or architecture. It ends up being, I think the number one reason was users were failing to adopt the things that were given to them. And I just want you to think about this. And I think maybe we'll break into groups and talk about this too. But let's say you're a CEO, like I'm at Salesforce this week, Mark Weinhoff, and you say to your employees, hey, if I can build an agent to replace you, I will. And you decide to launch a bunch of cool AI initiatives in the company. Do you think after you have told people that the AI systems they're going to test will likely replace them and cause them to be unemployed, do you think that those people are going to be more excited to participate in those AI systems or less excited? And the jury's out. Like, by far, the number one reason AI systems are not being put into production is because the people who they are helping are rejecting them. And we actually see this in Gartner, right? They have this thing called the hype cycle. I'm sure you've heard of it. Definitely Google the AI hype cycle. It's a real thing. It's not just words we say. It's actually a diagram. And we're at the tip of the hype cycle. And there is this concept called the trough of disillusionment. And the trough of disillusionment is when, after the hype cycle, we start building stuff, which is what we're doing now. And those prototypes start hitting production. And disillusionment sets in to either say, hey, one, as an employee, I don't want to use a tool that's going to replace me, so I'm just not going to use it. Or B, it doesn't live up to the hype, which is usually any technology goes through this stage, right? Everyone says, it's going to be awesome, change your life. Everyone's going to be, the world is going to be better for it. And then right on the other side of that hype, when we actually start using it in production, it ends up not achieving the benefit. That actually is not the case with AI. AI technically is achieving those results. It is actually the adoption that is failing. So maybe I'll pull up, let me see if I have it here. I'll pull up that the screenshot of the results. But the other thing I thought was interesting, the other reason was lack of executive sponsorship. So another big reason why these organizations were not seeing long-term success was because the technology teams were innovating on behalf of the company, on behalf of employees, on behalf of the customers, but they were not getting business bought in. And that's, again, not a new problem. We've been running into this for a long time, but AI, actually, it inhibits the evolution of AI inside a company. Joe, you wanted to contribute? Come on in. What's up?
Yeah, so my foreground is blurred too.
Not anymore. You're good.
Yeah, so what I put in the chat was stakeholder buy-in, and it goes back to actually every transformation effort in IT history is that projects fail, transformation projects fail. It doesn't matter what kind of technology you're using. It doesn't matter what you're trying to accomplish, or if AI is just accelerating it faster. But the point is that if you don't have buy-in from all of the people that it would impact, including your executive sponsorship, including the people that are the end, quote unquote, end users, then the project's going to fail.
100%. 100%. And I think it's, like you said, this is not a new problem. Especially if you've been running technology projects, this is a technology problem. However, the impact is much bigger because of the amount of investment and business interest, right? That executives are, when I get on stage and I talk about this slide, can you all see this okay? There's like, let me know. Okay, great. Thanks, Rosalinda. So if you look at this, right, these challenges, which is exactly what you were just mentioning, right? Change management, executive sponsorship. Oh, one of my favorites, core user experience. I don't know if you know this, but most people building data science projects, AI projects, they don't even include user experience in the process. This is why I am so passionate about the human AI experience process, right? There is I always talk to in our classes, especially the AI solution architect class, we talk about the importance of designing for the human AI experience from the beginning, and that you need to include the very people you're trying to help in those conversations. And it's saying right here that, 7 times out of 10, we are not even meeting with those people, right? We don't even have people with experience doing user research, doing user experience design. They're not even in the room when we're building some of these technology. And you can imagine that, right? In every AI project I've ever been on, user research either isn't there, user experience, or they're on a completely separate, segregated team, right? So they might be doing something, but they're not integrated into the solution itself. And I think that's what this data kind of calls us to rethink. So actually, I'm just going to put the title of it in here unless there's 5 new messages. Maybe I should go down and look. Oh yeah, cool. So I'm just going to type in Hacks Toolkit. If you aren't familiar with this, we go over it in depth in our solution architecture class. But you can just Google it oh, cool. Awesome. Ruth, what's up? Good to see you. But this is my next book. So I recently signed for my next book deal, which is great. But it's all about delivering agentic AI instead of, scaling responsible. This time it's delivering agentic AI. And in the delivery of agentic AI, it's all about these things that when you actually try to deliver these solutions, these are the roadblocks you're going to run into, right? How is the organization? Do you have a culture in your company that's going to be conducive to deploying systems that support humans? Are you, as a leader, going to be thinking about how do I understand my human workforce so that I can build complementary agents for them? I just built a complementary agent system. I demoed it for the AI Leadership Institute members. That's a sales agent. And it's actually a pre-sales agent, which I'm a big fan of, right? Where I want to go and I want to, go to somebody who's been you all might get an SMS from my AI assistant soon. And it'll say, hey, it's, Sarah from AI Leadership Institute was just checking in to see if you are still interested in learning more about AI. And if you say yes, it's going to start a LLM driven conversation with you. It's going to make sure you're the right person for what I'm offering. And if you are, it's going to set up time with me and the team. Now, what I'm passionate about is realizing that there is a human side of this conversation, and then there's an AI side of this conversation. And what I'm comfortable ethically doing is allowing an AI system to warm up someone. So by the time I get on a call, they know what they're on the call for. They're invested, they're interested, they have raised their hand and are jumping in. If they're not, my AI system will be like, thank you very much. Have a great day. Goodbye. Right? Like, I don't need to call people to have them say, I'm not interested. Goodbye. My AI can do that for me. So it allows me to accelerate the amount of time I have for these sales conversations and decouple myself from conversations that are not going to produce results for me or my business. And all of that, again, is LLM driven. And the benefit of that is that I can use that LLM to ask questions, qualify my leads, and then store that information in the CRM. So when I get on the call, I can, some of you know my new keynote. It's actually, I'll let you see a little sneak peek. It's called The 3 Pillars of Attention. And what I always tell people is like one of the gifts we have when we use AI in our solutions is that we get to remember people when they talk to us. So now when I do, as Noelle, get on the phone with a business owner who has said, yes, I'm interested in what you're doing, I can say, I remember my AI assistant shared this with me. I know where you are. I know what problems you have in your business because you told me already. Do you know how many chatbots ask questions that we never remember? So by the time the person talks to a human, the human's like, sorry, you're going to have to start all that over. I don't know anything like that. I don't know if you've had those experiences, but they're really frustrating because you're like, did you not just ask me all these questions in your AI system? How do you not know that? So this is part of our responsibility is that in the age of attention, right? That's how these LLMs were built, right? Attention is all you need. In the age of attention, it's our responsibility to create a mechanism to do some things with AI, but store that information so that when we start talking human to human, we're the best humans we can be. Awesome. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know Idea Lab. Awesome, David. Thank you. Oh my gosh. So David just put in the chat, the world must be ready for what you're offering. I love that. It reminds me of something I learned at Amazon. And I say in my keynotes all the time, that Jeff Bezos, when he was giving us the ability to build Alexa skills on our own time and get paid to do it, it's called developer rewards. He was like, but only build what people want. And the best way to know what people want is to do research on the front end to see like Google Trends or ask the public. We cover all of this in the architecture class, but Answer the Public, sorry, it's called answerthepublic.com. These aggregate what people want. So find out, right? Be data driven in your approach to solving a problem and make sure people actually want it. But then what Jeff Bezos was specifically talking about was once you build it, have a constant feedback loop to your users and only build what they care about. 95% of our roadmaps on Alexa at that time were driven by customer feedback. People would say, we want this, we don't want that. Everything we did was driven by someone saying they wanted it or didn't want it. And that's a very different approach, right? Than thinking we know what's best for our customers and ideating and creating a list of features and building those features without really thinking about what people want at all. And that's how software, I think, was built for the last 20 years. So something to think about. Um, any cool tools or resources anyone's using? I mentioned the app that I happened upon last week. Anyone using something cool they want to share? If not, I will keep sharing mine, but I want to give you a chance. Oh, what? What is this? Video. Let's see. I love new tools. All right. Ooh, AI video creator. All right, cool. I like it. I like it. Okay, so you went there. I didn't, but I'm going to share with you as we're gonna take a little bit of time to talk. Oh my gosh, it's very cool. It's in the background, like so I can see all this magic happening. So for those of you who don't know, HeyGen has integrated Sora 2 into their subscription. So if you did not get an invite or if you don't want to pay, which I pay for all of them, I really should not do that anymore. But oh yeah, beautiful AI. What? I love that, Ruth. I love that platform. I actually now I'm a Gamma girl. it I have overinvested my time in Gamma. Yeah, so Joe, if you have a HeyGen subscription, I don't know if you do, but HeyGen has integrated it and it's pretty cool. So let me see if I can pull it up so you all can see. This is one of the benefits of this is that you can live vicariously through my overpriced subscription use. Let's see here. So let me close this out. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna go to AI tools. Let me share my screen. Yes, yes. I don't. Are you switching? Like not because I just said it, right, Ruth? Like you were already switching to Gamma. Hopefully, I don't want to be responsible for like don't do it. Okay, good. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I started in Beautiful AI, and then I ended up moving to Gamma over time. I'm trying to figure out why I can't share my screen. What is happening? Okay, here we go. Zoom. There you all are. All right, share. There we go. So this is what Nitin had shared with us, which it does look pretty cool. So this is that link, Vidu. I don't know if Vidu. Uh, I love it. The challenge I have with these, just to be completely transparent, is I am not the most creative person. I'm creative in the sense that if you gave me crayons and a coloring book, I would color and love it. Like that's my kind of creativity. But I can't like what words would you even use to make something like this is not my vernacular. Like glossy lips. I don't know. Um, like I don't know. It's look, there's like sweat on her cheeks. How would you even say that? I can't talk like this. But what I do like is that a lot of these tools. So let's say, yeah. So I'm gonna say create. See what happens. Oh, it's gonna make me log in. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my other one. I think I have it here. Hey Jen, where are you? There you are. Hey Jen, rebranded. That's pretty cool. Please don't make me sign in. Please know who I am. Please. I think I'm in. Yes. Okay, awesome. So what? This is pretty cool. Did I do this? I think somebody else did this. Sherilyn, I think, has been in here. Let's see what this looks like. Oh no, maybe I did this. Oh no, I did this. Okay, so this is their UGC, user-generated content videos. Let me see. And except I use an instant avatar. So this is my LinkedIn profile photo created. Oh, we'll see what happens. That's pretty crazy, don't you think? It's not my voice. All right, I like it. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop sharing so that you guys, oh goodness, it's still talking, so that you can actually see, you can hear some of this. I could use my voice. So I do on HeyGen, 2 years ago, I created this was back when you had to pay like $1,200 to get a fine-tuned voice. It's now available for free. So I'm just saying, don't be the first always. Like pioneers are the ones with like their face in the dirt, arrows in their back, and like a bunch of like receipts all over them, like where they paid for stuff that eventually becomes commoditized. So some things, I'm that person, and like I would happily do that, but I'm just letting you know, many times within months, the same feature I paid thousands for becomes free in the product you pay for $50 or for $20. I'm like, oh. But I used it. I used it for the moment I had it. So let me share my screen again, and this time I'll add sound, and I'm gonna put myself in the background. There we go. So I'll let you hear it this time.
Created AI playbooks, step-by-step videos,
That's
and ready-to-use
wow.
templates. The waitlist gets a 24-hour head start to unlock it all.
But here's the crazy thing about this is that that's a picture, right? Like that was a photo that I gave them, and like it's pretty incredible. Oh no. So this is using Sora too. Let me go back and just show you some of the other things that we. Oh yeah, this is another Sora 2 one. So let's see if I can play it for you all. Yeah, here we go. So this was, I had an idea. Oh, let me show you the prompt. I can't show you the prompt here, but I'll tell you the prompt. So I said I wanted to build a video that was going to throw in the towel. This was in my mind. Again, I don't know what words to use to make videos. So I'm like, I want a video where you throw in the towel and a coach whispers in the ear of the boxer, don't give up. Like that was kind of the prompt. Here's how it interpreted. It's not terrible, but it's not what I thought.
Learning AI can feel like a tough fight, leaving you exhausted and ready to quit. But just like in the ring, a little encouragement can change everything. Don't throw in the towel on your future in AI. You just need the right coach. Learning
Right? I see where it got that, but it's not the same. But it's not terrible either. So I was like, I could use this. But this is a completely fabricated human in the ring with boxing gloves. I could have changed anything. I didn't even tell it. I don't even think I used the word boxing, right? It interpreted that from throwing the towel and a coach and a ring. So just, I think it's interesting to kind of see, and this didn't take very long. I think it took less than 5 minutes. So these are the types of things I think this is what's going to change social media, right? Like social media will have a bunch of this kind of stuff in it. And this person isn't real, but there are a bunch of avatars that are real that you can use, and they get paid. Those humans that are contracted as content creators, they actually do get paid to use it. All right, let's see here. Let me go back to Agent. There we go. Oh yeah, so this is the video agent. One of the other ones I just want to show you because this is how I spend my days. I also created an an interactive avatar. Now this I did a while back and it's not good, but I'm going to just show you how simple it is. I literally sat in front of my computer. Oh no, I think I deleted it. Oh no, it's here. Okay. So I'm going to show you what one looks like. We're going to chat with Judy. It's going to get confused because of the audio I'm going to give it, but we'll try. So imagine if this is me or you, and you just want to create a chatbot that allows your employees to ask questions about benefits. I don't even know what this is trained on. I should have looked. Hopefully it won't take too long.
Hi, I'm Judy. Thrilled to welcome you to the HeyGen together.
Hi, thanks. What do you do?
Hi, I'm Judy, and I'm here to help onboard you at HeyGen. My role is to make sure you get comfortable with our values, policies, and compliance practices so you can thrive in our exciting environment. Now let's start with a quick compliance quiz to ensure we're all set with company policies. Ready?
Quick. I'm not doing no compliance quiz, but could you, now I know there's a couple people in our AI Leadership Institute that do this for a living, where you go into an organization, especially a small to medium-sized business, making anywhere from $1 million to 25 million in revenue, where they currently are struggling to train everyone the same way, create consistent training, create consistent processes, train everyone on standard operating procedures, right? So you can imagine, sure, that was helpful. Thank you. I'm gonna go back. Were you able to see that? Hopefully you were, right? That little guy. Anyone? Tara? Okay, awesome. So it's interesting because I think there's a huge opportunity for us to use this technology to help these smaller companies build consistency in their business that actually would help them. And we can do it without humans being required. And I think that's also useful because again, they're not going to do it. It's either they don't do it at all or we make it extremely easy for them to add this type of capability into their business. And this is one way to do it. Now, nobody can keep their head. That's still true. That's true. But usually I think it even said I'm an interactive avatar to help you with your onboarding. So there's not an expectation that this is a real person. And I think there is some challenges right now that I mentioned, I just think there's some challenges mindset wise with how we're going to use this technology. Because I think it's like all or nothing, right? Like it's going to be a fictitious version of some human where I think there was some really cute, let me see if I can find avatars. There we go. I just want to show you some of these avatars that I love, like, and they're not human at all, right? Okay, these are me. Oh gosh. Oh boy, sorry. There we go. That's me. That's me. Let's see if there's there we go, public avatars. Right? So you can kind of get an idea, but hopefully, is this the one? Do you see any? Oh my gosh. So it's like forever, but all these people are real humans who created content, signed a contract with HeyGen and get paid per use, which I personally think is great. There used to be also cartoon avatars, and I like those too. So either way, but this is like all of this now is much, much better as a result of Sora too. Like they used to be kind of okay. Now they're very, very good. So this becomes something, all these tools create an opportunity for you to actually use this technology to help a company if that's your game. If not, maybe you use it to help yourself or at least create social. So the last thing I'm going to show you, go ahead if you have a question or comment, jump on in. I thought I heard someone unmute. So I'm just going to share with you a couple videos that I did today over the last couple days. So this is a video I used. I basically, of course, recorded it. This is the bacon one. So I was talking about $1 million bacon at Sweet Maple in San Francisco, my very favorite place to eat. But I took this selfie video, which I do all the time. I do videos where my husband will record me, or I do a selfie, or I just say something about the thing that I'm doing or whatever. But then I put it into Captions, which is the product, the tool that I'm using. And I'll just type it in Captions so you can look it up if you are interested. But use Captions to actually caption it, but more importantly, add B-roll, right? So you can see it throws in this B-roll. All within less than 10 minutes. So between literally, I took this video while we were walking down the street. I uploaded the video he took in front of the restaurant. I uploaded it to Captions. By the time I got back to the hotel, which was less than 3 blocks away, I uploaded it to Instagram. And I think, yeah, that's this one. So it's still very much me, right? Here's the Robo Coffee one, which I kind of liked, right? So this is me standing in front of a robo coffee maker in San Francisco, and they're all over the place. I don't know if you know this, but there was like 3 in the airport, but it's kind of good. And someone asked me how good the coffee was, and it was not great, but it was only because it wasn't stirred. So that's the one thing you'll notice in here. It never stirs the coffee, and I get it probably, but so all the syrup was at the bottom, and that happens at Starbucks. So, but it's pretty cool. So again, same thing, right? I took a video and then I just uploaded it to Captions and used AI to automate it. So pretty neat. Oh, actually, let me move this over here and this over here. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so this was my good coffee. It was banana something. And this is another one. Oh yeah, this is my Sydney, Australia one. And so all of these are me, but I'm leveraging AI to just make it a little bit more engaging, a little bit, more interesting to watch, which let's face it, us with our goldfish attention span, we need the more interesting things, the better. So anyway, any comments, questions on the tools, the technologies that I'm using today? See if there's anything else I learned.
The one I
maybe
watched today
yeah.
where you have the black and white one, and I think it's that one. What else what tools, all the tools did you use for that one?
So just I recorded it and then I threw it in Captions. That's it.
But how did
Let
you
me
make
show
it
you.
go back and forth between like black and
It
white?
does it automatically.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's called Mirage now, so I'll have to get used to saying that. But they
Okay.
changed their name to Mirage, so good for them. Let me see if I can If it makes me sign in, we're dead in the water. Because I don't know what my sign is. Let's see. Oh, Javier, come on in. What would you like to say? I'll try and sign in while we're talking.
I have a question. Do you find it easier to make changes or iterate with this tool versus, say, Nano Banana?
I mean, this is one shot, so yes, because I feel like Nano Banana requires me to have more than one interaction with it to get an outcome that I like. But I also think that's based on my use, right? Because I use it all the time. So I kind
Okay.
of know which features to choose. Yeah, and I have a subscription, and I think Nano is free. So yeah. So I think it just depends on what you want. But no, and I also don't know. Yeah, I should look at the content side by side. I should use the same thing and just put it through and see what it comes up with and compare the two. But yeah, I think I'm also a creature of habit. Once I find a model that's working, I just like pound on it until I find a new one. And for those of you who don't know, I don't know, Javier, can you throw that link into the chat for that tool that you mentioned? Warren will be coming with me to Sydney, Australia. Yeah, so no, he better not be having a digital twin date. I don't even like the insinuation of that. I don't like it at all. Oh, Ruth, for academia, I think the only thing that I was mentioning is just that you should pick a academic organization to kind of follow. Now since I'm sharing my screen, I am a big believer in HAI, which is the human-centered AI organization at Stanford. I'm going to go to their website so you can see they just did something really cool. But I like a lot of these things. So there is a new project. So here, notice here it says AI for organizations. So this is to combat the challenge of change management in all these companies. But they also have one, which is why I did the coffee one. They just released a challenge. I don't know if I can find it in here. I had it up here. It's on my phone. I took a picture of it. So I'll send you all the link. But it is basically a challenge open to anyone where you create robots to do household tasks, like making coffee. And so that is open to anyone. It's available now. There's an opportunity to play. It's through a human experience organization in HAI. Let me see if I can find it. Domestic AI challenge. Let's see if Google's smart enough to find it for me. Yay, it did. All right, so this is it, the behavior challenge. I'll throw the link into the chat for you all if you're interested. The reason I like this so much is that I was the judge on Amazon Alexa. They ran a challenge every year where they give $1 million to an academic institution who successfully completed the challenge that was presented by the robotics leadership at Amazon Alexa. It was Amazon Robotics. And I was the judge. So my job was to interact with all of these robotic systems. And the last challenge we did before they canceled it before COVID was around household tasks. And this is the challenge, right? Because I think, Joe, we talked about this on one of the calls in the past where we were talking about the complexity of having a household bot, and that maybe like right now there is a household bot you can buy on the internet. I don't know if maybe I can show it to you.
Yeah, I think we're talking about the emotional aspect of the sanctity of the home and letting technology invade that sanctity.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if I can find it. It's called Astro. Let's see, Astro, maybe it's connected to Ring. Maybe it's not available anymore. Oh God. Maybe I shouldn't do this. Amazon Astro. Oh my gosh, why do I have caps lock Astro? There we go. There it is. So this is the Astro robot. And as you can see, it's not beautiful. But it's just, and I talked about this last time when we shared it. The challenge with these is that, and I had the ability to buy one. I actually declined 2 invitations. I'm just like minimum remarkable product. Y'all know me. And when I say that, like, this is why I say minimum remarkable product. Like, when you build something like this, the reason that I think it's could be successful if they build a minimum remarkable product is that people will invite this thing into their house if it does something remarkable. Right now, it doesn't. Right now, it basically is a moving doorbell. So if your doorbell rings, it will run to you and show you who's at the door. But I have a phone that shows me who's at the door. I have Alexa devices in every room that tells me who's at the door. So I don't need a little robot. It's cool and nifty, but it doesn't fix a problem for me. However, which is what I think I mentioned last time, if it was going to deliver meds to my dad every day at a certain time, if it had the ability to do pill dispensing, like, that's remarkable. Like, I would like that. That would save me, and I would buy multiple for my house, but it doesn't do that yet. So something to think about. I think, yeah, I feel like, oh, day 1 editions. I didn't even know that was a thing. That's new. I feel like I asked for a invite at one point, but something to look at. Maybe if you all want to take a look, I will throw the link into the chat so you can take a look at this robot and how they're selling it. It's been on the market for 5 years, just so you know. This is not new. But it's interesting because they're battling exactly, Joe, what you're talking about, right? How are you going to let a robot into your house and feel safe that it's there? That little thing looks pretty safe. Big eyes, right? Like, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to share with you? So this is the behavior challenge. I think I threw that link in. Oh, okay. Last thing I'm going to do is share with you one of the services that I built for my clients this week, which is the basically a demo. So I'm going to go back. Let me see if I can just refresh this page. Oh no, it's preparing my chat session. Just kidding. Go back. It doesn't want me to go back. All right. I'm going to. Sky, are you there? Can you throw me that link again you sent me? If not, I'm going to go see if I can find it in my chat. Oh, I found it. Never mind. You didn't send it to me. I found it. Okay. Copy. So I'm going to share with you. This is the landing page that I give to my clients when I'm selling them an agent that helps them with the sales process that I talked to you before. And so this is a different business. I own a business called the Agentic AI Agency. We sell AI agents as a service. This is one of them that does exactly what it says. It turns old leads in the database into sales calls using AI, ChatGPT, and SMS or WhatsApp. This page I created, you can see that's my logo up there. Baby Tigers, Agentic AI Agency. And now, and this is just the sales page, but I'm not selling them. I send this to my clients and say, hey, test it out right now. So they go in and they test it out. Now, remember, this is for existing leads in your database, meaning these people have already raised their hand to say, I want to be on your list. I want to be in your database. And so now I'm going to send an SMS to everyone in your contact database and say, hey, it's Allie from AI Leadership Institute. Is this the same John that was looking for help with AI transformation? And I will say, I think so, because I don't really remember. And it will come back. Now, if I say no, meaning I waited so long to talk to this person, they don't even remember that they had this problem, it will immediately stop the conversation and say, bye. I'm sorry, I had the wrong number. My mistake. Have a good day. Because I said, I'm interested in this. Oh boy, please don't crash. It's now saying, great, my manager wanted me to reach out, but I hate calling people unannounced. Are you still interested? Oh my God.
Your internet's breaking up. You keep freezing.
And I'm actually going to be doing a trade pretty soon. You're going to see a post that says, want to trade? And if you trade with me a video testimonial, you'll get access to our latest bot builder class for free, which will be fun. Oh my goodness. All right. I I didn't lose that many of you, even with my massive crash. So what we're going to do now in the last few minutes, I'm actually a little bit over, but we'll end up around 2:35 if you or 2:35 my turn, whatever that is your time. 5:35. But I would love for us to hop into a room and yes, have a quick chat with each other, get to know each other. And the question I actually am very interested in learning from all of you, and I think it would be fun for you to share with each other, is just what brought you. Like I always get asked when I get on stage tonight, when I speak to these CEOs, the first question they're asking me is, how'd you get into AI? Like, how'd you even get here? So I think it would be fun for us to not only share what we do, our I help statement, but how did you get to this point in your career? Like, I think it'd be fun to know a little bit about our pasts, and how they've paved the way to us being in a room where we're talking about artificial intelligence and scaling it for the world. So if you're up for it, that is the challenge. Hop into a room, share a little bit about you, who you are, what you do, who you help, or what you need help with. And then just spend a couple minutes sharing how you got here, like what your lived experience looks like. Obviously, some of us have had more lived experience than others. So keep it to like 2 to 3 minutes.
Noelle, I have an
All right,
announcement
cool.
because Sky agreed to Proctor to do a presentation on ageism on Friday at 4:00. And Cheryl Lynn,
Amazing.
I'll send you the info. Because to be
Okay,
honest
but
with you,
I'm just saying I choose that. No, I'm just kidding. It was my
Pardon?
idea first, if you recall.
That's right. You said we could do because I was complaining
Yes.
about Padmini and I said I want to do one because whatever.
Yes, I'm
There
excited
you
for it.
go.
I actually planted the seed in our AI Leadership Institute as well. So absolutely, would love that. So next week, because I'll be in Sydney, Australia, we are going to do I'm going to host a call on Monday night. Sherilyn's going to post it, just to give people that are across the pond a chance to also join us in our community calls. And on Friday at the same time, as we usually have our I Love AI calls, we're going to do an I Love AI special edition where we talk about ageism and artificial intelligence with Sherry. If you're up for that, that sounds amazing to me.
What is
And if you
that?
can't make it,
Tell
don't
me
worry, because it'll be recorded.
what's the date?
It's
What's
Friday. Next.
Oh, you're talking about this Friday.
Yeah. Aren't you
And
talking about this Friday?
You mean me presenting because that's the drill.
Yes. You told me that.
I'm losing it. Anyhow, yeah,
Yeah. Whatever
no.
you said,
And
do
guess
that.
what? I am the old lady and I've been saying the wrong labels myself. So I now have to delete everything the way I've identified anybody over 50 as well.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Ruth, I see you. Yes, we all do, I think. And actually, yeah, we all do. We all have to constantly evolve the way we think about who we are. I mean, that's the good news, is that we're on this continuum, and whether you're at the beginning or at the end, we will all be along on that journey. And it's never ending. And I always have empathy, because I will think, when I was 20, I thought a different way than I did when I was 30 and 40 and now 50. So it's all crazy times, because now I'm like, when I was 20, I thought my parents were old, and now I'm my parents' age at that time, and I'm like, 50's the new 30. So that's it, all changes, right? Let's go. All right, awesome. All right, so I want to give you this time. Let's spend 10 minutes, get to know each other. Again, if you cannot participate, don't click the button and join a room that no one's in. If you are in that room and it's empty, which it won't be, because I'm going to try and make it happen. But if you're in a room, it'll only take 7 to 10 minutes. So join it, say hi to everybody. I'm going to create a few breakout rooms. I'm going to try and get our robots to their own breakout room. Let me create them right now. All right, that's good. That's good. Zoom really should create a robot detection feature and automatically stick them in a room together. Okay, there we go. So I only have a couple people I have to move. So I'm going to move you to room 3 and move you to room 4. All right, let's see. And move you to room 5. I think room 5 is our note taker one. Let's see. Miguel, I see you. What up, everybody? It's cool. Nice to have you all here. Okay, I'm going to open the room. So share a little bit about your journey and why you're talking about AI now. Like, what brought you to a space where you're going to use what you're learning to change the world. Everyone comes from such cool, diverse experiences. I'm really excited to hear what you all have to say. All right, opening the rooms. Have fun. I'll see you in 10 minutes.
And then, sorry, I didn't
Yeah, I'll
catch
put
it.
them in the chat. Hold on.
Yeah, cool.
AI Solution Architect, which is in December, architect, and then responsible, which is based on my book, Responsible AI Leader,
Uh-huh.
and then Agentic AI Practitioner. Those are the 3 certifications that you get that I offer.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
in the,
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
You
you're
guys
welcome.
are amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Patient
You're
with
welcome.
me.
No, of course, it's awesome. All right. I'm going to say bye to our LinkedIn people and YouTube and Facebook and all of the other platforms we are live on. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We are going to go ahead and say goodbye. Have a great week, an amazing week. Don't forget, I think it's super important. If you don't have a community like this where you can hop in a Zoom call and share how you got into this field, share your excitement about the tools that you're using, this is a great place to go. Or find someone that you can just, I always say, create a community of practice, whether that's with us or whether that's on your own. But in any case, AI is always better together. So thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the session today and all the questions that we answered, all the tools we went through. Even if we had a little bit of a technical snafu, I'm super glad that you joined us, and we'll see you again on Friday. And don't forget, go to noelle.ai if you want to join us on these calls. Talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.